Good morning. I'm Miss Anju and we'll be studying Geography of class 11, and the topic today which we'll cover you'll have to guess on your own. So let's start with the explanation of the topic. See, so it's Geography class 11. We're doing the book India Physical Environment, and we study about physiography in this chapter, and we have a lot of physiographic divisions. There are six physiographic divisions in India, which out of which only Himalayas is not covered, and one more. So that physiographic division we'll start today. So here it is. The topic for today is peninsular plateau. You can see in the picture, plateau is like a tableland or a high land, you call it. So in the south of India, we have the peninsular plateau. It has various features, a lot of subdivisions, many mountain ranges which are there in the peninsular plateau, and there are a lot of other landforms in the peninsular plateau. So let's begin. Peninsular plateau. Now see this map, everyone. This is the map of India. In this map of India, all of you can see the Himalayas in the north of India, where Punjab and Himalayas is written. That is the north of India. So we can see Himalayas in the north. Then we can see Thar Desert in the western side of India. Then towards the east of Thar, you will find the Aravalli range. To the south of Aravalli, you will find Vindhya range. Then there is this river. It's not named here, but that is Narmada river between Vindhya and Satpura. Then in the south, you can see Deccan Plateau written. So Deccan Plateau is a part of Peninsular Plateau only. Then you can see Western Ghats near the Western Coastal Plain. You can see Eastern Ghats near the Eastern Coastal Plain. Then here in the same map, you can see Chota Nagpur Plateau. That is in the east of India, where Jharkhand, Bihar, Chhattisgarh is there. That side you will find Chota Nagpur in the map. Then down south, you can see in the map here, you can see the Nilgiris, you can see the Cardamom Hills. So actually the south of India has a major physiographic division. One of the major physiographic division of south is the Peninsular Plateau. It has various hills, many rivers crossing the Peninsular Plateau, various landforms there. So this is just on the map that I have tried to show you. Let's go further. Physiographic division of India. Again, let's just see in the map here the physiographic divisions of India. You can see here in the north you will find in green that is the Himalayas. That's the first physiographic division. Second is the grey part, you can see in the north where Nepal is written. To the south of Nepal you will find Gangetic Plain written. So that is the northern plains. That's the second physiographic division. Third is the desert, which is in the west. That's in the yellow color. Fourth is the Deccan Plateau. You can see, everyone, in the brown, Deccan Plateau is given. Central Highlands above in the north of Deccan Plateau. Then Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats. This is all Peninsular Plateau. Fifth is the coastal plains given in purple here. And sixth is the island groups. Islands are in Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Okay, so this is actually showing all the physiographic divisions of India. You can see it clearly. Now about Peninsular Plateau. You can tell me the shape of Peninsular Plateau. We just saw the map, so you'll be able to say. So Peninsular Plateau, basically it's irregular triangle. It's triangular in shape. Peninsular Plateau, the feature is triangular in shape. Next is it rises from the height of 150 meter above the river plains to an elevation of 600 to 900. So the height of Peninsular Plateau is from 150, ranging from 150 to 900, or between 150 to 900 meters. Not as high as the Himalayas, of course. Himalayas mountain range are very high. This is average height. Delhi Ridge in the northwest. Delhi Ridge is an extension or a part of Aravalli. Rajmahal Hills, Gir Range, Cardamom Hills in the south, Shillong, Karbi, Anglong Plateau. These are all hills of Peninsular Plateau. Name of the hills which comprise Peninsular Plateau. Then Peninsular Plateau is made up of a series of patland. Patland means a high level land. So it's made up of a lot of patland plateaus like Hazaribagh Plateau, Palamau Plateau, Ranchi Plateau, Malwa Plateau, Coimbatore Plateau, Karnataka Plateau. So next is, this is the oldest and the most stable landmass of India. Oldest means geologically, if you see, the Peninsular Plateau of India is the oldest landmass of India, and most stable means it does not move, like the Himalayas are still moving. That means they are rising. So there is movement in the Himalayas, but this Peninsular Plateau has no movement. So that is why we say no movement. That is why we say they are most stable and oldest plateau. So here we have covered, the shape is irregular triangle, height is 150 meter to 900 meter. Then the hills or the ranges in this mountain, the plateau is Delhi Ridge, Gir Range, Cardamom Hills, Shillong and Karbi Anglong Plateau. Other plateaus are Ranchi, Palamau, Hazaribagh, Malwa, and it's the oldest and the stable landmass of India. The general elevation of the plateau is from west to east. General elevation means like see, if you keep India map in mind, you know where is Gujarat? To the south of Gujarat you have Maharashtra state, Mumbai is there, Goa is there. So that is the western coastal plain. The western coastal plain, near that is Western Ghats. Now if you go towards the eastern side of India, the same peninsular part of India, you go towards the east, you will find Tamil Nadu there, you will find Andhra Pradesh, there you will find Eastern Ghats. Now Eastern Ghats are lower than Western Ghats, and the Peninsular Plateau has elevation from west to east. That means it's like this. Okay, it's like this. So this is the west, this is the east. So it's like this. Understood? It's not like that. Peninsular Plateau is not like this. It's like this. The western part is higher, the Western Ghat is here, the Eastern Ghat is here. Clear? So that's why we say elevation is from west to east. The next about the Peninsular Plateau is that the rivers which are flowing to Peninsular Plateau, the important rivers of Peninsular Plateau are Narmada, Tapi, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. These are all important rivers. Other physiographic divisions are Tors, Block Mountains. These are all features of Peninsular Plateau. You can remember a few, not necessary every word of it, but rivers you should know. The western and the northwestern part of the plateau has an emphatic presence of black soil. The main soil which comprises the plateau is the black soil. Remember that. In the northern plains, the main soil is alluvial soil. In the desert, the main soil which is there is the sandy soil, and same way in the Peninsular Plateau, the main soil is black soil. The northwestern part of the plateau has a complex relief of ravines and gorges. Northwestern part of the plateau means the Rajasthan MP UP border. Where there is Rajasthan MP UP border, there is the Chambal river flowing there. Because of Chambal river, there are ravines. These are a peculiar or a different landform there. So that is also part of Peninsular Plateau. Then there are divisions of Peninsular Plateau. Divisions or classification of Peninsular Plateau, or the Peninsular Plateau is divided into various groups. It is the Deccan Plateau, Central Highlands, Northeast Plateau. 3 divisions of Peninsular Plateau. Again in the map, I have tried to incorporate many maps so that you get a clear idea what we are talking about. Now see in the map here, in the north, Western Himalayas is written, Trans-Himalayan region is written. So that is Eastern Himalayas is written, so that is the Himalayan region area. Then Indo-Gangetic is clearly given there. Please see in the north of India, Thar Desert is given in the west of India. Then you will find Central Highlands to the south of Thar Desert. So Central Highlands. Then you can see in the east where Chhattisgarh is there. That's the Eastern Highlands. Then to the south of Eastern Highlands you can see Deccan Plateau written, Eastern Ghats written. Then on the western side Western Ghat is written. Plains are also given, the Western Coastal Plain, Eastern Coastal Plain. Clear? Just keep all this in mind so that geography gets very easy for you. These are the three divisions of Peninsular Plateau. The Deccan Plateau, Central Highlands, Northeastern Plateau. These are all parts of Peninsular Plateau. Now we'll study about these divisions in detail. The Deccan Plateau. This is bordered by Western Ghats in the west, Eastern Ghats in the east, Satpura, Mekal, Mahadev Hills. Now, earlier we were studying about the features of the Peninsular Plateau. Okay, the whole Peninsular Plateau. We studied that it is irregular triangle in shape. Important rivers are Narmada, Tapi, Krishna, Kaveri. And the important ranges are Cardamom Hills, Aravali Hills, Nilgiri Hills. Now the divisions of Peninsular Plateau we are doing, so same thing we'll do. The ranges which are there in the divisions, the rivers which are flowing, the same thing. But this is more in detail. So this is bordered by Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Then the ranges are Mahadev and Mekal range. Western Ghats are known by different names. The Western Ghats of India, which are a part of Deccan Plateau, are known by different names, like they are called Sahyadris in Maharashtra, Nilgiri in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, Anamalai Hills and Cardamom Hills in Kerala. Or you can say the other way, that these hills are a part of Western Ghats, or Western Ghats is made up of these hills, so they are named by different names in different states of India. Western Ghats are comparatively higher in elevation. They are more in height as compared to the Eastern Ghats, and they are continuous also. Eastern Ghats are not so continuous. Height of Western Ghat is 1500 meters. Anayamudi is the highest peak of Peninsular Plateau. Highest peak is Anayamudi. The peninsular rivers, peninsular rivers means those rivers of India which are flowing in the south of India. That is the peninsular part of India. So these rivers, mostly they start or they originate from the Western Ghats. And Western Ghats, why are we studying here? Because they are part of Deccan Plateau. And Deccan Plateau is a part of Peninsular Plateau. It's a division of Peninsular Plateau. Important ranges here include Javadi Hills, Palkonda Range, Nalamalar Hills, Mahendragiri Hills. See here the location of Eastern and Western Ghats in the map, clearly given. Take a moment to see the location of Eastern and Western Ghats in India. Next is the difference between Western and Eastern Ghats. This you should know because it comes in exams to how to differentiate between Western and Eastern Ghats. So the Western Ghats are on the western side of the plateau, Peninsular Plateau. Eastern Ghats are on the eastern side of Peninsular Plateau. Western Ghats are regular and continuous, means they are not broken in the middle, there are no breaks. But Eastern Ghats are not continuous. Western Ghats are parallel to the Malabar coast or parallel to the Western coastal plain. You can write like that. Eastern Ghats are parallel to Coromandel coast. Western Ghats are higher. Eastern Ghats are lower. Western Ghats peaks, highest peaks is Anayamudi and Doda Beta, and Eastern Ghats highest peak is Mahendragiri. This is the difference between Western and Eastern Ghats. The next division of Peninsular Plateau, first we studied Deccan Plateau, the next division is, you can see here, the Central Highlands. They are bounded by Aravalis in the west. So in the west of the Central Highlands we have the Aravali range. Satpura range is formed by a series of scarped plateaus to the south. So we have the Satpura range also in the Central Highlands, Aravali range in the Central Highlands. They are all part of the Central Highland, Aravali and Satpura range. Then it's in the northern part of the Deccan Plateau. Central Highland is in the northern part. It's a classic example of relict mountain. Now relict mountain means residual mountains. So Aravali range, Satpura range are an excellent example of relict mountain. Relict mountain means these mountains are very old, very ancient mountains, and they're also called residual mountains. And whatever is residual comes from the word residue. Residue is what is left over. So after a lot of weathering, erosion, so these mountains are still standing. They're an example of relict mountain. This region has undergone metamorphic processes. So that is why we have the metamorphic rocks here. So in the Central Highlands, there are metamorphic rocks. Rocks are of three types: sedimentary, igneous and metamorphic. So in this part of the Peninsula Plateau, the Central Highlands, we have the metamorphic rocks, that is marble, slate. These are found here. The range is 700 to 1000 meters. Banas is the river flowing through the Central Highlands. Then Rajmahal Hills also part of Central Highlands. The next division of Peninsula Plateau is the Northeastern Plateau. It's an extension of the main Peninsula Plateau. Extension or the division, of course, it's a part of Peninsula Plateau. It is believed that due to force exerted by the northeastward movement of the Indian plate at the time of Himalayan origin, a huge fault was created between Rajmahal Hills and the Meghalaya Plateau. This depression got filled by the deposit and activity of numerous rivers. So basically, if you, like I have told you to remember all the states of India, so things become easier, clearer for you. So where there is Chhattisgarh, where you have Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, that side we have the Rajmahal Hills. And Meghalaya Plateau is in Meghalaya. So in the middle we have West Bengal, Bangladesh. So that part, that fault was created when the Himalayas were being formed. So this rift, so it was filled by, suppose this high part is Himalaya, okay, this is the plain region, and this side again is a high part. So this is Rajmahal Hills, this side is Meghalaya Plateau, and in the middle there is a depression that is filled by the deposits or the soil brought by rivers. Meghalaya and Karbi Anglong Plateau, so these are two plateaus of the Northeastern Plateau. Then this area is rich in coal, iron ore, selemonite, limestone, uranium. Like we just discussed that the Central Highlands are rich in metamorphic rocks like marble, slate. Then this region also has highly eroded surface, highly eroded. See, plateau region of any country will always be eroded, very old, very stable. Plateaus are always old, stable, eroded surface. Cherrapunji displays a bare rocky surface devoid of any permanent vegetation. There is no vegetation in Cherrapunji in this plateau region. Then, so enough for today. You read about the Peninsula Plateau from your book and just see the location of Peninsula Plateau. See the divisions of Peninsula Plateau. Try to locate all the hills again and please revise. So this Peninsula Plateau is done for today. We'll continue with the next topic, Himalayas, in the next Himalayas in detail with a lot of ranges and all. Again in the Himalayas, lot of divisions. So in the next class we'll catch up with that. See you till then.